Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody out there on Facebook, on YouTube. Welcome to this live video. And I hope that you enjoy it. I'm trying a new format of video right now. And I'm, of course, like always, going to be here to answer your questions. As you know, that this group or this channel that you're watching is a place where I try to answer lots of questions about the English language. And so I'm always interested to hear what kinds of questions people have. And really what I want to do is I want to spend more time with you, the people who are here watching. I want to spend more time with you guys because I want to learn more about how I can help out, how I can make English better, more accessible for you. So yeah, this is great. This is my mission here. And I see that we have people joining from all over the world. So that's great. All right. Hello, everybody. And thanks for joining today. So today I'm going to be talking about how to sound like a native speaker. And Sylvia says, hello, Kris. How are you? I'm doing very well today. I'm just excited to be back. You know, for a while, I wasn't going live and I wasn't doing these live lessons with the people who are watching. And it's because I got stuck in my work. I got stuck doing lots of work in my company. And now I'm ready to come back and go live with you. And you know, the reason I got stuck was because I was working on the product and I just want our program to be the best program that it can possibly be. So I've been spending a lot of time with our team building a program that gets results for every person who joins and really, really trying to make sure that people who join my program get the maximum amount out of it. So I've been focused on that, and that's why I've been away. So I'm happy to be back and be here live with you. Yeah, so everything is going great, and thank you so much for coming on this live video today. So you can see that some of the comments are going to come up on the screen while we're doing our call today. And if you don't see your comment up there, that's fine. You know, I only have two hands, so I'm trying to put the comments on there. And then I don't have anyone here with me today. Usually I have someone helping me. But still, we're going to answer your questions. And that's why thank you so much for introducing yourselves, everyone who's writing. I see people writing from Morocco, from Georgia, from Bolivia, from lots of different countries. And what I want to say right now is write your questions about English. Write your questions about English in the comments right now so that I can help and I might be able to answer them. That's what I'm here for, right? So, another thing that I'm doing right now is I am looking for partners in different countries who want to help me set up a seminar in that country or that city. So if you think that it would be great for me to come to your city or to your country and to do a live seminar, then we can talk and you can send me a message and we'll chat about it. And I'll tell you how we might be able to work together on that. All right. And great. I see lots of people from all over the world joining. Okay, so let's actually start and let's talk about the topic that we have today. And before I jump in, I want to do one more thing. For all of you who jumped on this live video right when it started, I want to invite you to join me live. Okay, so I'm going to send the link right now. I'm going to send the link in the comments. I'm going to post the link right now, and just click on that link. You'll have to connect. You'll have to verify that you have your Facebook or YouTube account, and then you'll be able to join the live call right now. Okay, so here is that link. I've just sent the link in the comments, and I hope you see it. And just in case you don't see it, here's what I sent. Okay, so you can join and you can talk face to face, and And it'll be more interesting that way so that everyone can see more than one face. All right. So, okay, let's talk about this big question. The question is, how can you sound like a native speaker? And whenever someone asks me this question, a lot of people want to know this, right? A lot of people ask. And whenever somebody asks me this question, the first thing I have to say is, which native speaker, right? Which native speaker? If we want to sound like a native speaker, well, which native speaker is that going to be? So native speakers are different in different places, right? If you go to the United Kingdom, then you are going to have different native speakers who speak differently than if you go to the United States or if you go to Australia. And so that's the first important thing for us to understand when asking this question of how do you speak like a native speaker, right? So we need to remember that. Okay, I see some people have joined me here on our live call, but only one person has their video on. Okay, great. So I see Boya is with us. Maybe I said your name wrong. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me?
Kris. How are you?
Yeah, great. I can hear you too now. So how do you say your name correctly? Is it Buya?
Buya Abdsadik.
Buya Abdsadik.
Yeah.
Great, great, great. And so Buya, where are you from?
I'm from Morocco.
Morocco, great. What time is it in Morocco right now?
13:14.
2:14?
Yeah.
It's 2:14? Okay. Great. And what is stopping you from learning English right now? What's the most difficult thing about learning English?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
What is difficult? What is hard about learning English for you?
I can say that tenses. I found
Tenses are hard.
Yeah.
So when do you speak with native speakers? When do you practice?
Just practice with myself.
In the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. And
It's
also
better than nothing. Yeah, I think that's better than nothing, right?
And also I follow your videos.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for your support. Okay, I see we have a few other people here with us and we should speak to them too. So let's see. We have Sonjoy.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry, what's your name? Kumar?
My name is Sanjay Modak.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Meet you.
Where are you from?
I am from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Besides the India.
Near India, yeah. Great. And so when you study English, who do you speak with?
I started my journey in English from YouTube, a channel named vinesa.com. When I visit this channel and advertise your advertise on that video, then I click your advertise and I saw many videos of you, and then I try to practice English. but my English is very poor and pronunciation is very poor. But I always try to pronounce like native speaker.
But I think that you speak very clearly. I understand you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So great, great. Let's go speak to Abbas. Abbas Ali. Hi. Can you hear me?
So, hi, sir. How are you, sir?
Hi. Great, great.
Yes,
How are
I'm
you?
from Pakistan.
From Pakistan. Okay, great.
Fine, sir. Yes, yes.
So, do you use English every day?
Yes, I saw every day watch your video, Sergi.
Okay, and so you watch videos every day, you said, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
But do you speak English with someone every day?
No, sir, because there is no English speaker in my environment, sir.
Oh, okay. What about online? Maybe you can practice with someone online. Maybe you've looked for a speaking partner.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So yeah, I think everyone has this problem. It's hard to find someone to practice with. Let's see. What about Dace?
Yeah, hi, hello.
Hi, how are you? Great.
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Yes, nice to see you again too. I was a little bit busy, but okay. Maybe someone don't know. I'm from Latvia, from Riga. I was in this course time ago, and now I participate in another English course twice a week. Sometimes listening some books in YouTube and your channel too. Sometimes if I have a time. And yes, this is the way how I learn English.
That's great. And what do you use English for in your life?
I must use in my job. I have a colleague from another countries, Lithuania and Estonia, and we communicate in Russian or in English. Some people speak Russian and some people speak English, and I try to communicate on English.
So you have to speak English with these people because you don't know their language and they don't know Latvian.
Yes, they don't know Latvian, and as we are from these Baltic states, we are from Soviet Union. We had the Soviet Union, and all we know Russian better or not so. And but now so many people communicate in English, and people who are 20 years old or older, and they know English better than Russian.
Okay. So you think that that English is a very important skill today?
Of course, yes, of course. If you want to travel to someone or want to understand some people, or if you want to read book in original language, then of course this is important. Yes. Yes.
Great. Great. So today, the big question that we're going to be answering is we're going to talk about how to sound like a native speaker. A lot of people have asked this question, and so today I'm going to try to answer this. So the first thing that we need to know about sounding like a native speaker is that we need to choose which type of native speaker. And because people sound different everywhere. And also, I think that it's really important to remember that native speakers, people from the United States and from the United Kingdom, they don't understand everyone sometimes too. So they have to learn about other native speakers. And when you go to a country where it's not an English-speaking country, maybe people in that country use English differently, and they use different words sometimes, right? So, so this is not only for people who are learning English the first time. People like me, we still need to learn about English in different countries and in different places, because English is just a tool. It's just an instrument for us to communicate, to send and to receive information, right? So, so we need to remember that that's what it's for, and not think so much about, am I right or am I wrong? Or we just need to think more about, did they understand me and did I understand them, right? So this is a really big, important thing to understand, to think about when we're talking about languages in general and English, because so much information on the internet and so much information in the world is in English. And it's the first language that many people share new information in very often. So it's not about the United States or the United Kingdom or Australia. It's not about these countries. Now this is just a tool, an instrument for everyone to use. So, so really, what is a native speaker, right? If we try to sound like a native speaker, then what does that really mean? If you say it to a person in the United Kingdom or the United States, like you sound like a native speaker, it's kind of a difficult thing to imagine or to understand. What does it mean to be a native speaker? Because for someone in the UK, they imagine that all of English is like that, and that's the correct English. And someone in the United States thinks the same thing. And someone in Japan thinks the same thing. And someone in India thinks the same thing. And there's different ways of speaking English. And one way is more effective in one place than in another place, right? So, so when we try to sound like a native speaker, we should think about the goal that we have. Maybe we're going to that country, and that's why we need to sound like people from there. Maybe we do business with lots of people from a specific country, from one country. And that's why we need to study how they speak and learn more about how they speak, right? So how to sound like a native speaker, this is the big question. And if we want to speak like a native speaker, then we need to understand which native speaker it is first. And we understand that from the goal, from the thing that we want to do. So why do we study English in the first place, right? And for each person, that might be different. Some people think that that's for traveling. Some people think that that's for business. Some people don't know. Most people don't know why they are studying English. They just say, I want to be better. I want to speak correctly. Rachel has something to say about this. Rachel, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Where are you from?
I'm from Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea. Okay.
Yes.
Great. What time is it there? It must be very late.
It's 10 o'clock. And not 10 o'clock. 20 past 10. Yeah,
okay.
It's late here. Yeah.
So you probably see a lot of different types of English speakers where you live. There's people from Australia who speak differently than people who come from, probably a lot of people from China and Singapore come to Papua New Guinea sometimes too.
Yeah.
So is it easier for you to understand native speakers, or is it easier to understand non-native speakers? What do you think?
Well, it's I would say it's easier. It's
Mm-hmm.
easier. Most of us like to me I speak to my local language and my national language, and English is my third language. And like, if for me to understand like people from outside to come into my country, I can understand them. Like I understand them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's
great.
a
Do
really
you think?
interesting. It's a
Do
really
you think
interesting.
most? Do you think that most people in your country, most people speak English or don't speak English?
Not really, not really. But we understand. Like we understand. Most of us, like first that we go to school, we understand. And for those they don't go to school, they're uneducated. They understand, but like to speak, they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's great. Yeah, thank you so much, Rachel.
That's great. Yeah, thank you so much, Rachel.
When we talk about native speakers and different native speakers from different places, it can be confusing sometimes because we want to just find the one type of English that's going to always work, right? We want to know what the rules are, but unfortunately, most languages don't really work like that, and so sometimes it's frustrating. So how do we deal with that when we're trying to sound like a native speaker, when we want to speak like a native, whatever that means? Then how do we speak with someone who we don't really understand very well, right? What should we be doing? Because a lot of people think that when we're learning how to speak like a native, that this means that we need to practice our pronunciation. And I think that it's more about practicing listening skills. When you're studying how to sound like a person, because that's what we're talking about, right? You want to speak like or sound like a person from that country. So first you need to listen to lots of people or lots of speech from people from that country, and then you can sound like them. If you don't know what a person from that country sounds like, then we can't sound like them. So we choose what kind of native speaker, right? And we choose this connected to whatever goal, why we're learning this language. So usually it will connect us to some area of the world or one country. And so we know what kind of English to study. But then we need to listen to people. Most native speakers, when I say native speakers today, I'm going to mean someone from the United States, from the United Kingdom, Australia, for example. Most native speakers, they think it's very rude for them to correct someone, for them to tell you that you're wrong when you speak. So if you meet a regular person who's a native speaker and you make mistakes, they're not going to tell you all the time that your English is bad or that you're making mistakes in English. They don't say that stuff. They don't say any of that because it sounds very rude. So instead, what they say is they will give you some kind of look with their face, usually like, I didn't completely understand that. You'll see it on their face, right? But then there's a thing that a lot of native speakers do, and they don't understand that they do this, but if you know that they do this, then you can use it to help you learn. So for example, let's say that that someone comes to me and they say, Kris, I are happy. I are happy. This is a mistake, right? I are happy. It's not right. So he comes to me and says, Kris, I are happy. So me, the polite native speaker, I don't say, that's not right. No, instead I say, oh, you are happy. Yes, I am happy too. So the native speaker will repeat the information correctly. and they will give us the correct version. They will just repeat it back. And so the native speaker it will sound like they agree with you. It will sound like they're just continuing the conversation, right? But really they're correcting your mistake. And they don't tell you, and maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know that that they are doing this, right? They might not understand the rules of why it's a mistake. They might not really understand, but they're going to tell you how they would say it. And so many native speakers, when they have this situation where they meet a person from another country, this person makes a mistake in English, they don't say, oh, that's wrong, you should say this. They don't tell you directly. They just repeat it back correctly for how they think it's correct. And if you listen when you're speaking to people, then you can catch this. So that's really why it's important to focus on listening when we're trying to learn pronunciation, when we're trying to learn how to speak differently. And when I say speak differently, that's exactly what we're doing. We don't need to change our accent. We need to add a new accent. We don't need to change how we sound with our first sounds, right? Like, for example, in English, we usually say the R sound like this, R, right? We don't roll the R's. We don't say this sound usually. But in other languages, you have to use this different sound. So what's correct? Well, I don't need to forget my English R sound if I want to learn a new language, but I do need to add a new sound. So when we learn an accent and when we learn pronunciation, we shouldn't think about bad sounds and good sounds or right sounds and wrong sounds. We should be thinking about new sounds and old sounds. I already have some sounds that I can make, and now I can make some new sounds. Great. So now I want to answer some more of your questions. I see that we have Arif is with us. Hi, Arif. Where are you from? Oh, no more Arif. Okay, let's talk to Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kris.
So where are you from?
First time. I'm from Hungary, from Budapest.
Oh, wow. Great. Great. Yeah, so I decided to just do this randomly today without planning to do this live call. And maybe you have some questions that you'd like to ask. I'm here to answer all questions.
It was a big surprise for me. I'm very for it, and to say grateful thanks for your teaching, Kris.
Thank you for joining this call and for studying with me. All right, I think I kind of put Sylvia on the spot. I focused all the attention on her, but if anybody has any questions, I guess you can just raise your hand, let me know, and you can ask your question. Abbas, yeah.
How can I speak like a native?
Sylvia asked this question. So yeah, today we're talking about how to speak like a native. That's our main topic. So we'll continue about this in a minute. And most of the questions that people ask can be connected back to this topic. So I'm sure we'll come back to it. Abbas had a question. Hi, Abbas.
Sir, how many bands required to get admission in USA university?
How many bands
required to get admission in USA university?
Okay. Good thing I'm an English teacher because I understand what that means. When you say bands, I think that you're talking about the IELTS exam, and the IELTS exam is mostly a British English test. In the United States, more universities and organizations, we use the TOEFL exam instead of the IELTS exam usually. However, in some places you can use IELTS also. For each university, it's going to be different. So there's no, I can't tell you, sorry, but you probably want to look at if the university that you want, if that university takes IELTS, because many American universities don't.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for your question. Let's see, who else? Okay, Sonjoy.
Hi, Kris.
Hi.
How are you? I think
Great.
you're fine. I'm fine. My question is, when I want to speak with others, not only native, but it's my first time to speak with you. I'm very surprised, and you randomly speak all over the world, people. I'm surprised. The first time I joined, then I break out and final, and again I joined it too. So my question is, your topic is how to speak like a native speaker. About 3 or 4 years, I listening native speakers videos and how they speak and how they express their tones, their accents, especially US accents, how they pronounce. I follow. I'm following these videos about for 3 years, and about 1 year ago, I got your videos from YouTube, and from that time, I also follow your videos, and I think your talking skill, my speaking skill, and impressed me, and I easily understand your speaking and what you say, what you want to understand to the listener. So today I joined. And I'm feeling nervous, very nervous, so don't mind.
No problem.
Okay. As I'm non-native speaker, but I try my best to speak like natives. Someone give me a suggestion that first you listen more and more from the native speaker, how they pronounce, how they express their different things when they work. In case of when they are cooking, when they are jogging, when they're driving, the expression and their tone and this pronunciation. I follow these things, but in some cases I don't understand what they say, what they indicate about this. But by the expression, I can understand what they say or what they are saying. My tenses is not correct. I know.
Well, we can say both. We can say both of those. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's difficult to use it when we're in the situation. Yeah, and thank you so much for that. And so yeah, one of the big problems is that a lot of times we just want to speak instead of listen, and this can stop us from learning the sounds correctly, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, great. So yeah, thank you so much. So our topic today is about how to sound like a native speaker, how to speak like a native speaker. You've probably seen other speakers of English on YouTube and on the internet who have who speak a lot differently than I speak. Maybe they maybe they speak differently because they have a different accent, but maybe it's just the speed or the words that they choose. And so we need to kind of also understand that a lot of native speakers in the same place speak differently because of different culture or subculture or different things that they believe, right? Like their personal philosophy in life. And so people who are interested in sports might speak about sports things similarly in different places, and maybe they will speak in a more similar way. I found this that when I first went to Russia, I noticed that the people who spoke about the kind of music that I liked, they knew all the same words that I knew, and all of these words were the same in these languages. And I found that some other people who spoke Russian fluently didn't know these words that I knew because these words were only from the subculture. And so this can be something to remember also, because it's not only about learning an accent. The native speakers in different places sound differently, not only because of their accent, but also for other reasons too, right? Other things in their life. And so, so the big question is, do we really need to sound like a native speaker? Like, how does that help us? Right? If someone looks at you and says, "Oh, that guy is from the United States," does that help you? Because I think that I don't know, every year it becomes worse and worse and worse to be from the United States. I don't know if you think that too, but sometimes I think, oh, why do people even want to sound like that? And to be honest with you, in the United States, a lot of people from here, they like meeting people who have accents. They like meeting people from other countries. It makes life more interesting. Imagine every day for your whole life, every person who you met did everything and said everything exactly the same. That's boring, right? It's more interesting when people make some mistakes, and it makes you think like, oh, why is that a mistake? How does that mean something different? And so people who are native speakers, they might actually find it interesting to speak with someone who has an accent. An accent just means that the person is from a different place. So I think a lot of people like meeting people from different places. And so this idea of a native speaker, it really doesn't apply to English anymore, I think. I think that it's not really an important concept in learning English. A lot of people think that native speaking teachers have some way to teach better than non-native teachers. It's not true. In my experience, most teachers of English who are from other countries teach better because they have more education about this and they had to really work hard to get there. And many native speakers, they didn't even study it and they don't know what they're talking about. And they just think, I say that, so it must be right. So, so in my opinion, you don't really need to sound like a native speaker. But if you want to sound like someone from a specific place, listen and study that specific type of accent. And I think Dace has another question here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes. I think I thought about what you say about native speaker and about fluent speaking. I think most of people want to speak not like native speakers because, as you say, people in different places, like in United Kingdom, in Ireland, in England, this is people speak in different these dialects. and they are very different. But I think most important is not to speak like native speaker, but most important is speak fluently. And I think this is what, if I say about myself, then this is why I'm learn English. I want to speak fluently. I want to think in English language, not in my native language, but I want to speak in English. And this is very important, like for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to think in English, right?
Yes, to think in English. And when you think in this language, what you want to learn, then you put these words in correct forms. Yes, and when you listen, no matter, maybe you don't understand what people say when you are listening some topics in YouTube or audio books. This is no matter. Maybe you don't understand, but this time to time when you will listen this topic again and again, this information put in your mind automatically, and you will speak correct automatically. I think maybe
Yeah.
I'm not correct.
Yeah, I think that you have the right idea, definitely. I think that when you're able to think in the language, then it makes it much easier for you to communicate. I don't know if it makes it easier to be correct, because we have some way that we imagine it's correct, and sometimes we only learn that that's not correct much later. Like when you learn a word that has many meanings, you learn one meaning and you start to think everything is just that one meaning. And then you learn a second meaning and you start to think, wow, it's only these two meanings. And then you, just like this, we learn something, we think that we know it, and we use it until we find out how we need to use it differently. So thinking in the language, I think, will really help you communicate better. But how do you do that, right? How do you think in the language? So one trick or one suggestion that I can make is trying to connect the language to an action that you have to do in your life. Trying to connect it to something that you absolutely have to do. So every time that you do that action, you do it in English. And this way, it becomes easier for you to think about doing that thing in English than thinking about doing it in a different language. You might be studying a certain topic. Maybe every time that you study something, it's in English. And so you always think about that. Sorry. Yeah. So we always think about it in that way, that action or that activity or that course that we studied, that topic that we studied, it's always connected to English for us. Great. All right, I'm going to go back to the comments that we have coming in from YouTube and from Facebook. Okay, lots of people are saying, can I join? Can I join? Can I join? So today it was just lucky. I sent the link. Whoever saw it jumped on here. There's a limit of 10 people at one time. So some people tried to join after that, but there was a limit. And I'm going to do this more often, but I don't know when. So I know that that's difficult, but we have live speaking lessons like this with me, with other teachers every day. We have 30 lessons, 30. So no matter what time of the day that you want to speak, you can go to our website and you can join, and you can click and join and have a lesson like this. So let me just put the website up here. So if you go here, krisamerikos.com/EE, then you can find this speaking program where we have lessons like this all day, every day. It costs $50, 50. per month. So for the whole month, you can join as many lessons as you want, as many times as you want. We have 30 lessons every day, so it's 900 lessons, 900 live lessons that you can join every month for $50. So yeah, that's my program where I help people with speaking practice. I saw that Anje Michel had a question. Hi.
Yes, hi Chris. Do you hear me?
It's very quiet. I can only hear you a little.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Okay, the question is, how can we come over United States to learn English with you? This is what I want.
Sorry, how can we commit?
How can we come over the United States to meet you and learn English with you?
That's a good question. You know, I think that with coronavirus, it's very difficult for anybody to travel, but there's lots of programs where you can come to a school in a different country and study English there. I don't have any way for this right now. I don't have any program where you can travel here and study here offline. Everything I do is online on the internet. Yeah, but thanks for that question. And I am right now looking for some partners in different countries, people who might be interested in helping me organize live seminars so that I can go to that country or go to that city and do a live English speaking seminar with a group of people there. And so, of course, the partner, the organizer will have some benefits from this too. So yeah, if anybody's watching right now and is interested in that, you can contact us. You can send your information over to this email address. And yeah, and we can talk about it. So that's it for our live call today. Thank you so much for everyone who joined. And we'll be back again very, very soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but very soon. And you'll be seeing a lot more of me on YouTube. New YouTube videos are coming. We have a new blog on the Kris Amerikos website where some of the teachers who work with us are writing about different topics that are important. One of those topics is how to speak like a native speaker. So we have a topic from another teacher on our website that you can go and read right now too. Great. Thank you so much for coming on here. It's so great just to speak with some of the people who are watching, and I hope to see everybody again very soon. Have a great day, everybody.